Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by dense forests and tall mountains, lived a young boy named Aryan. He was clever and energetic, always bubbling with ideas. More than anything, Aryan dreamed of becoming the kingdom's best archer, like his hero Lord Vayu. But there was one problem. Aryan was restless. He would start practicing archery, but a few minutes later, his mind would wander. Sometimes he'd think about his favorite sweets. Other times he'd chase butterflies or get busy with his friends. As a result, he always missed his target and lost hope easily. One day, a grand archery competition was announced. The winner would be personally trained by Lord Vayu and would get to serve the royal army. Aryan's heart raced. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. He begged his parents to let him participate, and they agreed. Aryan was excited, dreaming day and night about his victory. The next morning, Aryan set up his target and picked up his bow. But within 10 minutes, his neighbor called him to play, and off he went. The following day, he tried again, but this time, the smell of his mother's sweets pulled him into the kitchen. Every day, there was a new distraction, and soon the competition was only a week away. Aryan felt nervous and frustrated. That evening, Aryan went to his grandfather, wise old Dadaji, for advice. Dadaji smiled and took him for a walk. They stopped near the river, where Dadaji picked up a smooth stone and tossed it across the water. See how the stone skips? If you keep throwing stones everywhere, none go far. But if you throw just one, with all your strength and focus, it will go the farthest. Aryan listened carefully. Your mind is like that, Beta. If you keep jumping from one thought to another, you'll never reach your goal. But if you discipline your mind and focus on one thing, you can achieve anything. But Dadaji, how do I discipline my mind? Aryan asked. Dadaji nodded. Let me tell you a secret I learned from Lord Vayu himself. It's called the 4 arrows of discipline. The arrow of intention. Every morning, set a clear goal. Say it aloud. Today, I will practice archery for 1 hour without distractions. The arrow of elimination. Remove distractions. Switch off the things that pull you away, be it your toys, friends for that hour, or sweet smells from the kitchen. The arrow of routine. Practice at the same time every day. When your body and mind get used to a routine, discipline becomes easier. The arrow of reflection. Every night, spend 5 minutes thinking, did I stay focused today? If not, how can I do better tomorrow? Aryan promised to follow the 4 arrows starting the next day. The first day was tough. The sound of laughter from his friends tempted him, but he reminded himself of his goal. The smell of sweets drifted in, but he took deep breaths and focused on his target. Gradually, Aryan's 1 hour of practice turned into his favorite time of day. But soon, something unexpected happened. One afternoon, as Aryan was practicing, a stranger arrived in the village. He was tall, with a long cloak, carrying a bow even larger than Aryan's. The villager kids whispered, "He's a champion from the neighboring kingdom." His name was Kabir, and he joined the practice sessions as a guest. Kabir's archery was flawless, Every shot was a bullseye. His speed and calmness looked like magic. Aryan was amazed, but soon, his confidence shook. How can I ever beat Kabir? He's unbeatable. Aryan's hands trembled, and his next shots missed badly. That night, Aryan was quiet during dinner. Dadaji noticed and asked, "What troubles you?" Aryan replied softly, "Kabir is too good. No matter how much I practice, I'll never match him." Dadaji laughed. "Do you know why bamboo bends during the storm, but the mighty oak sometimes falls? Because bamboo never loses its flexibility or hope. In any race, your only real opponent is yourself. If you focus on others' strengths, you'll forget your own growth." Aryan reflected on these words and decided to double his practice, not to defeat Kabir, but to become his best self. He made sure to spend 5 minutes after each practice visualizing his target, imagining every shot hitting the center. Aryan even started a journal, writing about his daily wins and struggles. With each passing day, his focus sharpened. There were moments when negative thoughts crept in, but Aryan remembered Dadaji's words, "Compete with who you were yesterday, not with anyone else." A week later, on the day of the competition, Aryan stood in line, calm and confident. When his turn arrived, thunder boomed and the wind howled. A sudden storm had arrived. All the other archers, including Kabir, panicked, their arrows missing wildly. Aryan, remembering his training, shut out the noise and chaos. He remembered Dadaji's words, "One aim, one focus." Aryan drew his bow, took a deep breath, and released the arrow. It sailed straight and true, hitting the bullseye perfectly. The crowd erupted in cheers. Lord Vayu himself smiled and crowned Aryan as the champion. That day, Aryan learned that talent is only half the battle. True success comes to those who discipline their mind, set clear intentions, and never let distractions defeat them. And from that day, Aryan's story became a legend in the village, not just about archery, but about the true power of a disciplined mind.